right, man. My name is Keenan Bell by trade. I'm a school teacher with Taylor County School Systems, and tonight I train to be the best wheelchair fighter on earth. Oh man, I'm actually still in my rookie year. I've only been involved for about a year actively training. I've been a big fan of the sport for 5+ years. It's like you said, you didn't know a lot about the sports. It's big overseas right now. Not a lot of action in the United States due to some states are not combat licensed states. That's why I do have to do a lot of traveling. Like I was recently in Virginia, which is an open combat state, which allows you to take place in boxing or mixed martial arts or any type of grappling without being in any type of legal trouble. Of course, here in the state of Kentucky, where I reside, is not an open combat state, so everything has to be licensed. It ain't no running. It's a lot of cardio. You have to be, your shoulders have to be in shape. The air you get, well, it's very little air. Your breathing really comes from your training. You gotta know when to take your breaks. You don't get to dance around and take your breaks. It's a gladiator sport. You're in the trenches the whole time. You're firing shots off or you're getting hit. It's no in between in wheelchair boxing. I'm still in the beginning stages. Like I said, it's still my rookie year. I had my first big fight, like I said, in Winchester, Virginia, on the Street Beefs platform. I know they have over 2 million followers on YouTube. It was a blessing. I got to fight in front of 200 to 300 people in a cage. Right now, the video is at almost 50,000 views within the last 2 days. So if you definitely want to check that out, you just type in Keenan Street Beefs on YouTube. Help me out with them views. That's the biggest fight that I've had. I've had another fight in Bowling Green that went my way. I challenge anybody. I don't fight just people in the wheelchair. I fight anybody that's willing to sit down. Usually the rounds are anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes apiece. I can go anywhere from 3 to 10 rounds. Man, it's a mixed crowd. Some people hate it. Some people feel like with disabilities that we're already hurt and we shouldn't be out here fighting or taking a chance on getting hurt worse. And then other people, the shock value of it is amazing. Just people wanting to see it. You know, it has that shock value. You got 2 people that can't run, you're not going to change the channel. So it's definitely mixed emotions. You got some people that love the fight, the sport, and they're gonna love it. Then you got some people that just wants to, you know, coddle you and, you know, say it's not okay. But you can't take away the will from anybody to fight. Everybody has fight in them and should be able to express it. This is a way that I can definitely express myself. I've always been into physical sports, football, wrestling, Shaolin Do, growing up. So this was right up my alley when I got the chance to train, and I don't mind getting hit, but I love, you know, hitting people back. So, like you said, right there, the wheelchair is close combat. With us being in a chair with no running, you're gonna get hit. There's no way around it. That's the inevitable. That's the nature of the sport. The thing is can you keep going? And I kind of have a Nate Diaz approach to it. I definitely want to learn how to take a hit so I can deliver a good, strong hit. In boxing, you have to know what a hit feels like. You have to know what it feels like. You can't. It's not a sport where you can shy away from it. Then you're shook when you get hit. I took probably 2 big blows down there in Winchester, and the first time I got hit, I just looked around the cage, and there was so many people out there shaking and screaming. And then you snap back to reality, and you're like, oh, I gotta go back to the high guard before I get hit again. But you gotta learn how to take hits before you can give a hit. It's the same as crawling before you walk. Absolutely. Coach Goins, he's been doing this thing for several years here in Campbellsville. The Campbellsville Boxing Seniors is upcoming here at the clubhouse on Old Greensburg Road. We have several great fighters beside myself. Just to name a couple of them, we got my man Khalil up here, which you've seen me working out with earlier. Strong powerhouse. Darian Ferris, another powerhouse. Quan Calhoun. David Richardson, he's a mixed martial art fighter. He's actually got a fight coming up the 24th down in Bowling Green, so make sure y'all check that out. Man, we got a great coach here. He coaches with passion. He coaches the right way. We got my man Cameron Mayhem, my man Aiden Brown. He takes us all in. He gives us enough one-on-one time to where we learn. He takes his time. He doesn't rush us out there. So he properly trains us. man, it's like being spoon-fed knowledge. It's a really, it's a science. And when he breaks it down to the smallest enzyme, man, it's beautiful. When he teaches you 1 through 10, and he's there with you, and then when he lets you loose, you're really ready, whether he's there or not. Patience and humbleness. Boxing will humble you. You can't come in here thinking you know everything just because you can throw a punch or you can grab somebody and slam them. Boxing will humble you, but it'll build you back up, and that's the cool thing about Coach Goen. That's what he's in the business of, breaking people down and building them up. And but I definitely learned patience with myself. I learned more control. I learned. But the biggest part, man, is definitely more patience and just to be calm and to relax when you're back there when you're in the driver's seat. You always got control of the car. And so when he teaches you that everything's all right and to watch your surroundings and to be a defensive fighter, everything falls into place perfectly. Oh man, stamina. My stamina, my cardio, and my power. When you learn how to throw the perfect punch, you learn it's not about how hard you punch. It's about the fluidity of the punch, the snap. So I've definitely learned my cardio with my shoulder strength. So I do a lot of arm bites. So I've definitely learned that, and the fluidity of punching, the way to actually protect yourself, and to get those snaps at the end of your punch, which causes damage. Man, I'm gonna keep fighting. I got a showing up in Detroit in October that's coming soon. I had somebody reach out to me from the Toronto area that wants to fight. So man, I'm gonna keep fighting. Hopefully I got another 10, 12 years in this before I call it quits. They're talking about making it a Paralympic sport in 2024. Who knows, I might lose some more weight, and I don't know, man. You might see me on a bigger platform, hopefully. I grew up, of course, being from Kentucky, an hour and a half up the street, the greatest that ever done it. So boxing, big in my family. I was very blessed with a grandfather that loved boxing, and he loved the history of boxing. So I grew up watching a lot of stuff, whether it was Jack Johnson, Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Tyson, Larry Holmes, anybody. I grew up watching a lot of 70s and 80s boxing, 90s boxing. But you're exactly right, boxing did die out. But I definitely think it's coming back, and actually with the help of the internet and social media platforms, when you have a lot of these superstars that are stepping in the ring and bringing the shock value back. And that's where I think wheelchair boxing is really going to sell. It's going to be the shock value. And but yeah, I love boxing. Big fan. So I thought, I was 28 sitting at home, 29 now. I'll be 30 this year, and I thought it was maybe I could get in and see what I could do. There's not a lot of people in wheelchairs in my community, so I knew it would be one of those things that it may be hard to find fights, or fights might be far and few between, but I think it's worth it. It's a good workout. I have a son. My son loves the sport, so yeah, I'm just excited to see what the future holds for me in the sport. Man, that would be that's definitely everything I'm working towards. I definitely want to be a champion. Or in that lineup of champions. I think I have the work ethic and to do it. I think I can line up the fights to do it. I think I outwork a lot of people in the chair. I don't think anybody works as hard as me in the chair. I'm confident when I say that. I think once I do get that first belt, when it does happen, when I get that first belt, it'll be on to the next belt and the next belt. So then I'll just start collecting, I think. Hopefully I can, like I said, I can go international with this. Maybe somebody will pick it up, a big sponsor. Maybe I'll go overseas, fight in England. I would love to fight in anywhere anybody wants to fight. Anybody that's got a belt, I'd like to take it. So yeah, once I get that first belt, I think I'm just gonna start stacking them up. Manifest anything that you would like. I honestly believe once you put it out into the universe, if you ask the universe directly what you're looking for, I think the universe will find a way to give it back to you. A year ago when I came in here, the goal was to make it on the street beefs and fight, and in less than a year I picked up a win on street beefs. So I really think manifestation, putting it out there any way you can. Whether my coach told me to go home and write everything down in a notebook on what I would like to gain in life, and I was in a dark period, and everything is 360. man, a smile lives on my face. I say don't give up. Whatever it is that you do it to the best of your ability, whether it's gymnastics, whether it's boxing, whether you're a history savant. Never quit willing to learn and accepting knowledge. Don't think that you already know everything. Always be inviting. Be friendly to everybody. That's a big tip. Just remember to remain kind to people, and you never know the blessings that you could receive in the future. The people that took me to Virginia, I didn't even really know them. They actually made a trip from Detroit to little bitty Campbellsville to pick me up to shoot me out near DC to fight. And so, you know, when you just put that energy and that good energy out into the atmosphere and the universe, it'll always repay you. I really think stay faithful and stay humble. And I think you can do anything in the world. I've been in a wheelchair for 11 years, and I'm probably going to be in a wheelchair for X amount of more years. And I'm going to keep pushing, so I hope you keep pushing if it does inspire anybody out there. Yeah, just keep going, man. I'm on your team.